Use as an insult, as you see, insult Daniel.
See,
and now we're recording. Okay.
On my YouTube
and now
channel,
we're starting.
On my YouTube channel, we would record that.
I forgot to hit record. Fucking fight me.
I will.
Limp dick little bitch. Mr. Erectile Dysfunction over here.
Oh, there's nothing dysfunctional.
Wait, what is your YouTube channel?
You don't get to hear it because you're 10 and underage. It's 18. My content is 18 plus. Thank you. All right, we're gonna start. So at the end of last week, I believe you and Volk had just got done executing a bunch of officers on the roof, and Daniel, you and Christian were leading frontline troops to take back the city, and you got captured. Now none of you know that he's been captured, and so we're going to pick up where.
I'm a kitsune. I can smell where he went.
That's not how this works either. Is the smell of blood and death all over the city? You can smell nothing distinct.
Right.
Your sense is clouded.
I have not bathed this week.
You blend in with the smell of blood.
God
Okay.
dang it, if only you have bathed.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with Cameron real quick because what I have planned for him is very simple, at least for right now. And Cameron, periodically throughout the night, I'll have you do certain things. It'll just be the same thing over and over until you succeed on something, and then we'll go from there.
Yes.
Josh is hitting himself like a mentally deficient 10-year-old who needs to be in a special ed class.
8-year-old.
7-year-old. He needs to be in a special ed class for advanced learning.
I'm bloody 11. Shut the flip up.
He's now 6.
You almost said it.
He's now 6. Because he keeps commenting about his age. Every time he comments about his age, he gets a year younger. He's 6 years old now.
So we're basically Benjamin buttoning him.
Yes, throughout the night.
Okay.
We're good.
We're fine.
Please kill
Okay.
them.
Anyway.
Okay, so, Cameron, none of you know this. Cameron, so now that you've been captured, there's a bag over your head. You were taken to, from what you could hear, you believe a facility kind of outside the city because the sounds of fighting have gotten quieter, or you might be on the ground. You're not really sure. It's gotten just a little bit colder. They didn't really do anything to you. You could hear some faint chatter about what they wanted to do with you. And in the time since, you have since been loaded up onto a cart and led away from the city. You can tell you're on a cart because you can hear the horses and the wheels on the ground.
And he can feel it.
So
Skyrim.
go ahead and give me your first. Give me either a CMB or an escape artist check to rest free of your bind. You're blindfolded in the back of a cart. You also know you are under armed guard, and you have no weapon. So I don't know how you plan to do anything you want to do. Like I said, CMB or an escape artist check.
The only the only thing I'd be kind of sucking at would be fighting if I don't have a weapon.
Yep. So CMB or escape artist check to get out of your binds. And there's two different stages. There's one to like very obviously get out, and one to get out without alerting the guards that you have gotten free. So.
Do not alert them when you will die.
I look forward to seeing which one you make. And
You'll
you'll be making these multiple times throughout the night for right now.
Okay, I'm gonna use CMB.
Okay.
23.
For now, you are still captured. You found that the binds that they've got on you are pretty tight. You don't know if it's manacles or if it's just rope. I can't really tell. But you know that they're on there tight. And for right now, you're having some trouble getting out of it. All right, so now we're going to cut to you guys. After Josh and Volk return, Volk says he's going to go coordinate his forces, his personal independent forces, like the ones you guys have free, like the slaves. And the three of you meet up not too far from the front lines. Josh, you enter into a tent where the two of them just finished coordinating with the field officers on their next plan of attack. Okay. See you guys.
It's up to you, sir. I was.
God damn it, Daniel. And this is for all three of you. You guys are in a...
Damn, Daniel.
Shut up.
Damn, Daniel. Back at it again when they're not paying the fuck attention. Damn, Daniel. Almost like I should fucking kill you. Damn, Daniel. Alright. Again. Now that Josh has come back from his mission with Volk, Volt goes off to coordinate his independent forces, considering he runs the underground, and he walks into the tent where you guys are located not too far from the front lines, and you two have just finished coordinating your next plan of attack with your field officers when he walks in.
Okay.
The brains aren't here.
You guys don't know what his mission was. You just know he's been out on a mission.
Where have you been?
This is my new character, you know. How do you know me?
Oh, that's right, Christian. You actually wouldn't know him because you were leading forces in the capital while they went to free slaves. I forgot about that.
I don't know like who this.
He's new. He's good. So, was your mission a success?
Yes, sir, it was.
Okay. Do you need time to rest, or?
I'm fine.
Who we got this for, guys?
Bam. Thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
I'm fine, thank you, though.
Need some silverware, my man, or are you
No,
just gonna
I'm good.
man out?
So
Not
you,
used to manhandling.
are you ready to go with us for our next push?
Yes, sir.
All right then. Let's get it done.
Okay. So here's how this is going to work. The three of you
always look like
are going to give me cumulative diplomacy checks. So all three of you are going to roll diplomacy, and I'm going to combine what you get.
What's diplomacy?
So
To
skill
skill.
check.
Where did you find my character sheet last time?
I sent it to you.
Yeah, I know, but it was in my downloads. How did you get to my
Oh, give me your phone. I'll bring it back up.
You on files.
Yeah, it's so
33.
Mandalorian.
So-
33.
so Danny, you go from here. You go down here. Go to that folder that says Samsung.
Yep.
It says My Files. Go into your downloads,
Gotcha.
and you go into.
There's nothing bad in there.
I didn't know. I wanted to make sure.
I don't think there's anything bad in there.
I'm trying to help you. And now you have your character sheet.
Thank you.
You find the one that says Gundamar 1. Okay, so give me diplomacy checks, all three of you. What'd you get?
33.
Okay.
You. I wasted it. Good looks.
Oh, God, man. You
Well,
just-
don't worry. It's only a skill
Three.
check.
That's what I'm saying. I wasted it. I said I wasted. It's a waste.
34.
Okay.
What?
Okay. He's a paladin. His diplomacy's crazy.
I'm surprised.
Wait,
My
you're
diplomacy is a
34?
plus 9.
Why didn't you?
Yeah, well,
My-
how did you get 33 plus 9?
Mine's a
34.
plus
I rolled a
15.
17.
What's your
9 plus
What's-
17.
27? You said 33.
Hold on. Let me count again. Hold on.
Daniel, plus 9 diplomacy plus a 17 on a roll is 26.
Yeah, that's
9
20.
plus 17.
Even I know that math.
Shut up.
Shush. You're not a working. You're just sitting here playing Fortnite.
My brain's still kind of.
Okay. So
I still got a decent diplomacy.
the reason I had you guys do
I got
that,
33, you got 30, and you got
the reason I had you guys do that,
Oh, shit.
was because you guys are going to have to make consecutive diplomacy rolls, and the diplomacy rolls are for you guys to lead your troops to clear out and take back parts of the city. You have passed this check. You now take back the northeastern part of the city. In the process, you free a couple of your own soldiers that were captured, and you take out 2 other officers. One of them is going to be killed, and one of them is going to be taken hostage. Because I rolled a 1 for him, and so he got taken hostage instead of being killed.
We got 62
So-
all together.
Yeah, congrats on that math.
Shut it.
So, because you've done that,
I've been waiting.
you
for
have
this
captured
guy.
an officer. You are welcome to interrogate him. It doesn't matter who interrogates him. You all have the same save that you have to make to get the proper information out of him.
Someone else do it.
And you can either use diplomacy or intimidate.
I don't know what the mission of this thing is for. So yeah.
Me neither.
Oh, no. So, okay. What all you guys are doing is interrogating him to find out troop information and stuff, and this will give you a bonus on your next diplomacy save
I actually know
to lead your troops.
this formation was for. So
Yeah. So,
that's why I said.
it's just general information. It's stuff that'll help you make this easier. So
Wait,
go ahead.
so which one of these?
Diplomacy or intimidate.
Diplomacy?
Ooh, hi you.
Diplomacy
You can use
plus
either or. Diplomacy means you get him on your side.
Intimidate?
Intimidate will result in you killing him at the end after getting the information.
I have intimidating
Do what your character would do.
3.
Intimidate.
Diplomacy.
Go with the higher number.
Diplomacy 15.
You want to have him in first? Or should I?
What?
Only
You
one
wanna
of you
enter-
can do this, so you need to pick which one of you.
You want to have him as a soldier or I kill him? 'Cause I'm using Intimidate.
How much do you have on Intimidate?
Plus 10.
I have plus 15 on Diplomacy.
Hit it.
Would you?
Roll.
Roll.
4.
Okay,
War plus.
get my
19.
fucking tongue wrong. Ugh. You don't pass.
Yeah.
He
so
gives you nothing.
19 doesn't do it.
19 doesn't do it for this one. He's an officer. He's pretty well trained to keep his mouth shut.
Can I?
If you don't, then
About
I
it?
will.
No, that was it. So because Josh tries to go in, he says nothing. And in the process of him being transferred to a prison cell, he takes his own life. He manages to wrest away, and he jumps off the top of the building.
Nice going.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Hey,
I gave you one job.
These things
You're
happen.
gonna die one way. or the
Alright.
other.
It's okay.
I'm
It's
new
okay.
here. I've been
It's okay.
I'm joking.
So you guys, give me another diplomacy roll.
So Diplomacy's plus 15.
Yeah.
20.
Ooh.
What did
27.
What did you roll? I got
19.
20, 19, 20, 27.
66.
66.
Okay, you guys passed this one as well. Only barely because these checks are going to get consecutively harder.
Wonderful.
So you guys have passed this one. You take back the kind of like the north central part of the city, so to speak. You managed to take back a field hospital, which has improved the quality of your troop life. Therefore, it's going to give you a +2 on your next diplomacy roll because you have more troops at your command. In the process, there is also a kind of a higher, almost like a field general, so to speak, instead of just a field commander. And you guys, okay, someone give me two. Any one of you, give me two. What's the fucking thing? C and B checks.
C and B?
C and B.
I have plus 11.
What's C and B?
And
I have plus 12.
C and B?
Got it.
I have plus 6.
Let Dinger do it.
only one of you guys.
So my first one is
23.
23. The second one is
53.
20,
Total.
30.
53 total.
Okay, you capture the field general, Daniel. You alone managed to capture him because while he's busy fighting off a bunch of the other troopers and tries to escape,
Fighting.
you managed to cut him off, and you cut off one of his legs, so he's alive and injured, but you have him under your control now. Cameron, give me a C and B or escape artist.
16.
Not even close. Yours do not get consecutive fire. You do notice, Cameron, that at some point you've passed by what sounds like a river or a creek or something. You can hear flowing water and it doesn't sound that far away. So you think you may have crossed over a bridge too. Okay. Go ahead and one of you interrogate the field general.
Not it.
I'll do it because I captured him.
Fair. That's fair.
Are you using diplomacy or intimidate?
Diplomacy.
What do you have for Diplomacy?
Idiot.
On the table, Daniel.
Diplomacy and intimidate are.
Damn,
both the
Daniel,
same.
get it on the
Plus
fucking
nine.
table.
Oh.
I'd rather keep him alive since he's so high ranked.
Did you roll?
12 doesn't
12.
do it, does it?
12.
No, it doesn't.
So you kill them all?
Turns out you guys had a spy in your ranks, and after you guys captured this field general, he assassinated him so you could get no useful information out of him. In front of your eyes, you then proceeded to cut the spy down.
At least we got the spy.
Yep, but you got nothing out of that field general. Alright. So, the three of you, another diplomacy roll.
Another Diplomacy.
Remember, you get plus 2 this time.
Yep. And that plus 2 added onto your in total, not to each one of you.
I got plus plus 7. Because it's 15 plus 2 plus
20.
6.
No, it's 16 plus 15 is 31.
I should have kept that 14,
Plus
whatever
just
it
give me the
was.
total
This.
for all of
What's
5.
wrong with you?
I rolled on
What's
this.
wrong with you?
Oh,
them. He's not good with the talking.
He's very good at intimidate, just not being nice.
Okay.
What'd you roll?
He's not good with the word.
I got
And what did you roll?
31.
Okay, this one was not enough. They managed to push you back, and you are now, you've lost the field hospital you just took. They push you back out of that area, and they're taking it back. You now have a -2 to your next roll. All because Christian rolled super low.
His men started kind of
It's okay.
pull back a little bit. And he
Every
decided to
time-
go commissar.
Every time you lose a territory, the save gets lower. So it only gets harder the more you succeed.
You're
Alright.
going the wrong direction. God.
Okay,
My name is Nikita Cursor.
before you guys make another roll, one of the officers that was commanding the force that pushed you back out of the field hospital and captured some of your men wishes to parley.
What's
Who do
it
you?
got?
what does that mean?
Who do you? Parley means strike a deal, negotiates, something to that effect.
I'll go.
Who
No,
do you
no, no,
guys
no,
send
no.
out to parley?
I'll go.
This one.
Daniel, you go
I
to
ain't good with
parley.
it. No, I was like, y'all too.
All right, Dan, you go to parley. He says he'll give you back your men unharmed if you give up. If you give up the information of where your leader is. So, Cameron. They want information of his whereabouts. Your men or your leader? The value of the lives of the many or the value of the lives of one?
I take a minute to think it over. Look at him. So with how much we've lost, I'll give you the information. And I proceed to give him false information.
Okay.
It's convincing, but it's not where he
Is it?
Give me another diplomacy roll, just you, for the convincingness of it.
Actually,
No. Bluff. Give me a bluff check.
My bluff is +4, so it's not as high.
Give
But
me a bluff
My
check.
bluff is plus 12.
Don't worry, this one's kind of an idiot. 18. He gives you your men, but you can tell he's hesitant about the information you gave him. He goes with it, and he get no.
No, okay.
He gives you back your men, but then as he's walking away, you see him do this. That's all you see him do this. How do you respond?
Oh no. I already know.
You get the chance to say or do one action. Saying something counts as your action. You get one action.
Tell my men to prepare themselves to defend themselves.
Okay. As you do that, an arrow strikes one of them through the heart. The other arrow misses and hits one in the leg. So now you have one dead soldier and an injured soldier out there with you.
How many did we get?
5. So 3 of them are still unharmed.
3 is unharmed and 1 is low.
So, and then, after that, their forces rush the 3 of you. All 3 of you give me a diplomacy roll.
And they're like 4-1. They look at them having I can't attack them right now.
By the way, you're at a disadvantage for this one.
Ooh.
27.
14. Can't all be good rolls.
I got 27.
While you may have been at a disadvantage, it's still just enough. You repel the attack against you. You don't lose that many men to do it. However, the revelation that they would go back on their word so easily has startled some of your men, especially the ones that sided with you guys after Cameron took over as the patriarch, because those are their friends, perhaps their brothers, their cousins, family, even. So they're startled how so easily they could break their words after knowing them for so long. Some of your men deserve.
How many minutes is 30?
Not too many. However,
Enough to cause worry.
one of you can make a diplomacy or intimidate roll to give a rousing speech to fire up your men and give you an advantage on your next diplomacy roll.
Okay, I was gonna do a 20, but okay.
So you have to give a speech. Who's taking the speech? You taking the speech, Daniel? Okay, Daniel, give me either a diplomacy or an intimidate roll.
Diplomacy, definitely.
I'm not gonna kill him after I'm done with the speech.
Intimidate would appeal to their sense of to their pride, and diplomacy would be their honor.
Honor.
Okay.
Because that's a very powerful thing to do.
25.
You give a powerful speech.
Oh, I don't want to do the Braveheart speech.
Do the very hard.
That's the only one that's coming to my
Do
mind.
whatever speech you can. Make one up or recite one you already know. You give a powerful speech.
9/11. Oh, that's right. That did happen.
Is that your speech?
Yeah, but it worked.
Unbeknownst to you, 9/11 was a day of reckoning for them, as they summoned a demon lord who proceeded to destroy most of the city. But they believed it to be a holy event, signaling to them that their gods, while destructive, still favor them as they heeded their call. So for them, it's a day of celebration, and also a time where the whole country banded together to celebrate their arrival. By you saying 9/11, that did happen. You are essentially saying to them, unknowingly, that they should band together like they did in the days of old to unite the country once more for the greatness of the demon lords. You don't know how it worked, you just know that it does. Your men are now fired up. You get a +5 on your next diplomacy roll, community.
Yes.
Nice.
Give me another diplomacy roll.
All of us?
Don't fail this time.
The three of you.
Okay. Diplomacy.
Give me another escape or CMP.
I get a 10 because his ass said don't fail. And he rolled a 3.
12.
16.
So 10,
Mm-hmm.
12. Oh shit.
What'd you get, Josh?
19.
Blame him. He said don't fail. He jinxed it.
You jinxed us! How dare you!
You jinxed yourself.
Okay.
How dare you.
Despite the morale of your men being at an all-time high, you are repelled on your next assault. They are too well fortified and too entrenched to be forced out that easily. What to do? You're losing men kind of rapidly, considering that
Like,
you're supposed to
killed
be
or running away?
killed.
Okay.
So,
I have an idea.
I'm not there, so makes sense.
so Daniel,
Shut up.
keep
I
in
have
mind,
an idea.
I'm gonna tell you guys this real quick for you two in particular. If you use your weapon abilities, it'll give you a +5, but you can only use them once for this type of encounter. So,
Well, yours first or mine?
actually, well, Christian, you can only use yours once. Daniel, yours can be used a certain number of times, but considering the magnitude, I think you're supposed to be able to use it 6 times your ability, but due to the magnitude, I'm gonna half it. So every one of these rolls will take up 2 of your uses.
What are you talking about?
With spike.
Or like, at least what?
I think you have 6 spike uses.
Your evil spy thing.
Yeah, I can look at it.
Don't want to do it. Now's the question.
Once per day.
Oh, mine says twice per day, so you're outdated. Okay, so yeah, you can do this twice total. Wait, no. Your sword should up it more.
I had a plan that would involve sappers, engineers,
Why not?
and
Be
explosives
careful.
if we have any.
Your explosives are low. Your engineers have mostly been conscripted into soldiers, and you don't know who's who. And you don't have any real espionage agents aside from Volk's forces who are off doing something else.
I did not hear that last part.
The only sappers you would have would be in Volk's forces, and he and his forces are off doing something else. So they're unavailable to you at this time. Okay. So, you haven't lost any ground this time. You've simply been repelled. So you're at a stalemate. You're still trying to take the central side of the
Field
city
hospital.
where the field hospital is. The three of you, another diplomacy roll. Your cart stops. They offload you. You do not know where you're at. The ground beneath you feels normal.
Okay.
And you hear some faint noises, so like bugs. But you don't hear any birds, just the bugs.
What's the zero?
20.
22.
32.
Nice.
74.
I got a 32. Let's go.
You guys take this in rousing fashion. You way far exceeded the DC for this one. You guys take the field hospital in tremendous fashion. You lose almost no men in doing so. You take it back. And you come to find out because you blitzed the field hospital so well that they actually didn't have time to take any of the field or any of the medical equipment or resources with them. So the field hospital now gives you a +5 due to excess medical resources available to you left behind by the enemy. Give me another diplomacy. This is going to be happening a lot, guys, because this is to take the city back. This is how I'm doing mass combat. For you
Do you
guys.
have a map of the city so I can see what we're doing and where?
No, I only have a map of the entire map.
What's 15? I know, right?
It'll be like a map of Berlin. It's like, okay, we're going around this part right now.
If I had planned this well enough ahead of time, I probably would have, but I worked 52 hours last week, and so it wasn't happening. I barely got Josh's weapons done.
Okay, good.
Nice.
Yes, 21.
33.
19.
21, 33,
19.
54, 19.
Mm-hmm. Plus the 5.
72.
78. Plus that 5. Counting that 5.
Yeah, your save for this one was only 65. So you take the next part of the city, which contains a warehouse where weapons and armor are stored.
Yes, I need that weapons.
It is only basic shit. You're not going to really benefit from it. However, because you've been using mostly slave soldiers with picked up equipment off the ground or very battered equipment, this gives your soldiers a much needed boost. You gain a +2 to this next one, since your soldiers are more well
Can I
armed.
intimidate this to say a speech to my troops real quick?
Sure, you can use intimidate to make a speech.
New rank unlocked.
Don't
Commissar.
intimidate. Do not intimidate.
No.
Seize the means of production.
Political commissar.
Blood for the blood god.
Yes.
That ain't working.
Huh?
19.
Is your guy Gorum? You roll. He blesses you. You get a +2 on your intimidate as well for the speech.
That's good.
Oh.
28.
Because yes.
Okay, you succeed. Hold on, I'm gonna give me
Now
1
our
second.
commissars.
So, hey, he succeeds on his speech. Give your speech.
We fight for our brothers. Stack up on your armor, your weapons. We fight tonight! And then go. And they quickly hurry up.
Yep.
That
His brother's not a
is
little
not as mean as I thought it was going to be.
My 9/11 speech was better.
They're gonna give you a nickname, Christian. Your soldiers are gonna give you a nickname.
Alright.
Ooh.
Commissar.
Not the commissar. God, shut the fuck up.
What are they giving me?
I'm figuring it out. They call you the Eisene. They call so that which is German for iron. They call you iron, basically. If for them though, because of what your rank holds, you would be Lord Iron, or the Iron Lord.
But
So yeah, he is now Eisene, better known by the troops as the Iron Lord.
They haven't given me a nickname yet.
Not yet. So
I'm the favorite. Suck it.
so you actually get a +2 on your next diplomacy roll because your troops, because they've given you a nickname, it increases your morale. So currently, cumulatively, you guys have a +2, and then he actually has a +2 individually. So that'll end up being
So that's
+4.
+4.
Give me your next diplomacy roll.
On every one or just this one?
Just this one. Your +2 is only for this one. I saw that.
16.
24.
20.
Stop.
Okay. No. They repel your attack, but you do not lose.
Good thing it's empty.
You do not lose that side of the city. You keep the manufacturing warehouse for armors and weapons.
Our attack is just repelled.
Your attack is repelled, and you lose some more of your men. So you're going to take a -1 on your next roll.
Huh.
You give me another C and B or escape arts.
Hey.
26.
Okay, you now give me a stealth roll, just real quick.
26.
Not only do you rest free, you do so in a way that the guards do not notice. You do not have your weapon at this time, and you do not know where it would be.
I'm assuming they took my efficient.
Yes, they did. They took most of your stuff. You're in basic clothes. You're not in armor or anything either. So you free your hands, and you can tell from breathing there's a guard to your left and a guard to your right. And your footsteps eventually begin walking upon stone. The temperature seems to drop, and you no longer know where you're at, but you no longer hear bugs. It's very quiet. You can hear the faintest flickering of flame from a torch.
Probably inside.
Okay, going back to you guys. So you guys are repelled, and you still have your area. It is revealed by one of your scouts that there is a path around that you can flank, but you can only send a very small force through that path, and they're going to have their own individual role. Now, either all three of you guys can go with them. One of you, two of you. You can either pick one of you. You can pick a certain number of you guys. Either all three of you, one of you, two of you, or no one to go with them. If one of you guys go with them, it will increase their chances of success by a certain amount. I'm not going to tell you that amount. You have to decide for yourself if you think it'll be enough to be worth it.
Alright, that's what I'm saying. Looking at it.
Send him.
Should I go?
Okay,
I want all three.
because you guys send the Iron Lord with this small elite force, Christian, your roll is going to count individually. You're also going to get a +15 to your roll because it's a small elite force. The two of you lose his individual roll for your cumulative roll. You still have to make your cumulative roll. But because he's not there, the save is going to be lower, but you're going to have a lower chance of making it because you're down a guy. So, all three of you give me diplomacy rolls.
So +2, then +15.
Oh, ho, ho.
Uh,
Hold on.
okay. 23. No, 24.
24, and then did you already have the 15?
That's counting 15.
30.
Yeah.
32, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, 32. I'm trying to think.
You guys succeed at your cumulative roll. He does not.
What?
4 to 7. Okay.
He had a 23 total. You guys succeed. You guys clear that part of the city, which doesn't contain anything of relative importance. It's just a kind of a well-fortified area, lots of cover, so it's easily defensible. So in the event that you get repelled and they try to attack you, you'll have a +5 to defense. When you get there, you find his group bogged down under magical fire, under arrow fire, and they haven't made any real progress. And you save his group. But because you've lost about half of your small elite group, take a -5 on your next push. Because your elites are gone. Most of your elites are gone. The ones that aren't dead are, for the most part, injured. He's somehow not very injured, and he can participate
I
in the
think
next push.
what happened was because of his attack, they found out what he was doing, so they sent so many men to go block that path that they were less focused on us, and we just kind of barreled through.
Especially because your troops began chanting fucking Iron Lord when he gave his speech. The enemies could hear Iron Lord, Iron Lord. And so they sent a scout, and they figured out he's the Iron Lord. So when they found out the Iron Lord's on our flank leading a small group of elites, they went, fuck that, he's gotta go. Alright. So let's see, -5, and DC for this next one is rough. Alright. Give me another diplomacy roll.
What the fuck? What, bro? Change it back to this.
You guys are gonna get, what'd you roll?
30.
18.
I rolled a 7 plus 15, 22.
22.
22.
So I'm carrying you guys.
You
Wait,
guys
what are you
have
at?
just, no, actually, wait, no, that -5 fucked
What
you.
are
No,
you-
no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No!
The -5 fucked you. And if you hadn't had the -5, you'd have been just on the amount you needed to succeed.
Dude!
But the -5 just fucked you.
No!
You do not succeed in your next push. They repel your push. You're going to take a -2 to the next turn, and they're actually going to attack you guys now and try to push you out of the area you're in.
Nope.
Give me diplomacy roll.
Plus.
Why are
+2
you
for
I'm
defense.
just rolling just cause.
But your save is going to be a lot harder because they're attacking you guys.
Wait,
Wait.
so diplomacy?
Rolling diplomacy still.
Yes, thank you. I think you do.
27.
22 plus 15, 37.
So 37 plus 27. Is that what I got? What did you say? 22?
27.
I got 27.
So 27, 27, 37.
27, 27, 54 plus.
27, 27.
Jesus Christ!
91.
It's over 90.
91.
It's over 90.
91.
You guys beat the fuck out of them. Not only do you repel them so badly, you surround them. You surround them. Do you want to offer them the chance to surrender?
Yes.
I'd like to give this I'll give them intimidation for their asses.
So in order to get them to surrender, you need to send someone to talk to them.
I'll talk.
The troops chant for the Iron Lord. No, Daniel, trust me. You'll have a choice here. So, Iron Lord go out there and negotiate the terms of their surrender.
This should be interesting.
Oh, very. You can use Intimidate or you can use Diplomacy.
You're the one I'm using.
We all know you're gonna intimidate.
Facts.
Be careful about
It's
rolling
all
what
you
you
do.
roll.
19.
They don't surrender. Instead, they fire back a bunch of insults. Holy fucking shit. Okay, they fire back so many insults. Give me a goddamn will save. Give me a will save.
Appropriate.
This is like plus 1 break, because fear, right? Basically. Or.
It's
No,
not
just
fear-based.
no. It's not fear based. Just give me the fucking roll.
Fuck you, bitches. 10.
Okay, you lose your temper. You begin to charge at them with the remaining elites that you have at your possession.
I stop him.
How do you want to stop me, though? Because I'm full force.
Are you raging?
Yes! I'm raging.
I'm a paladin.
You can you can cast Smite Neutral.
Smite
What that?
neutral.
What
If you can
that?
hit,
So what do I have to roll?
Roll like you're rolling Smite Evil, except instead of it being your like +6 and +7, it's gonna be -2 for Smite Neutral for all whatever says. So if you're rolling
But is it like an attack or CMB?
roll C and B, and you're gonna be an advantage because he has lost his cool, so you're gonna have a +2. And Christian, you're not rolling anything. You're doing CMD, and you're at a -2 in CMD right now because you've lost your
I'm rolling CMB or CMD.
B.
CMB. He's got D.
Mine, you passed.
Oh.
You passed.
31.
You passed.
You catch him. You basically jump in front of him, and you basically like shoulder spike him, and it knocks him.
The move while he's at his shoulder.
No. You shoulder spike him, and he doesn't fall over, but you kind of like knock the wind off him, and he's still on his feet, but he's like, what the fuck?
You got that motherfucking way.
Calm yourself now. I will knock you unconscious with one move of my hand. I will calm yourself now.
Appeal to his god's honor. Appeal to his god's honor.
Huh?
Appeal to his god's honor. He's got Gorm. Appeal to his god's honor. Gorm doesn't support killing prisoners.
Don't want to use it now.
No, fucking stop.
Do you want to remain in good favor with your gods?
Remember, Gorm just blessed you not that long ago. You
Yeah.
know he's watching.
Oh, calm down.
Good.
And that is when they give you
I'm
a
hitting
name,
back.
Daniel.
Oh,
That's if they hit me, I'm hitting back with no force.
Daniel, so now that you've saved this group of men that was insulting him, that was insulting Christian, what do you say to them? Do you want to try to negotiate their surrender now?
yes.
Go ahead.
I right now.
Give me that high-ass diplomacy roll. You see it.
19.
They agree to surrender. For the most part. You have a small group that refuses to do so, and they charge at you. What do you do?
Slit all their throats immediately.
I get out of the way, running at him.
Okay.
If they would touch it, it's like, I got Russian dead.
Only because it was
I'm trying to find a good language for this. Give me momenta.
Language.
Do you want me to come over there and see what you're trying to look up? Maybe I can
No,
help
fuck
you.
off. I'm using...
Trinto. Oi, oi, oi.
They call you Antenibris,
What?
the Dark Angel. Because you redeemed the majority of them, but they killed the ones that would resist. So they call you Antenibris.
The Dark Angel. I like it.
Antenibris, there's Lesnar.
Wait, how do you say it?
There's Lesnar and Antenibris.
Anthony Breeze?
What is that, Russian?
So that,
Anthony
Dark
Breeze.
Angel.
Anthony Breeze.
You realize his name means Dark Angel, right?
I know. Anthony Breeze.
You're a tiny man. Alright. Your new nickname inspires you. You get a +2 morale bonus to your diplomacy roll next turn. Your troops, having both Erzledner, I forgot how to say it.
Well,
Yeah, the Iron Lord and the Dark Angel at their command.
Trinto.
They are a little fired up seeing how you've treated them, and the troops that surrendered, some of them actually join your side. They prefer to be under the command of firm yet fair rulers than who they were under before. So some of them join your side. So you will now, you're not going to get a bonus, but your negative for troop loss goes away this next roll. And you're going to get a +5 and your troops are going to get a +5, and you still have yours goes down to a +5. So collectively, you have a +15 to a +0.
Dang it.
So it's a plus 15. Plus 5.
+5 now. Because the hype's going to gone away because now he's there too.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
The three of
Get rid
you,
of the ice.
diplomacy
Just
roll.
Just water.
Josh, diplomacy roll.
Let's see.
Don't worry, I'll retroactively add bonuses. I got you.
27.
Or what's roll?
Plus 26. 26.
11.
26 plus 11.
That's what he rolled.
Plus
That's what he rolled.
27.
It's 11.
11 plus 15, 26.
It's okay, you guys passed with all the bonuses you have from being Antenne Bliss and Iron Lord. So you guys take the next part of the city, which happens to have the fucking courthouse. You now control the political sphere of Divaxa, the community hub, so to speak, where all laws that have been made and all trials are undertaken for citizens underneath the state. So,
Wait a minute.
see, when you guys go to, so the next area is the major garrison of the city. It is going to be the hardest save. But you guys can be here a little bit.
Since some of their troops just joined us, we should ask them where their leader is.
Do you think they would actually tell us?
They've changed sides, you never know.
They changed sides.
But honor's a big thing in this country, at least among its citizens.
It's worth a shot.
It's a worse of a shot than now we get the top.
Choice is yours to make.
It never hurts to talk.
Exactly.
You hear a door open, and you are led inside a room. They're trying to lead you inside a room. Your binds are undone now.
Yeah, I'm.
Do you
This-
try to?
No.
You're not gonna do anything?
I'm still acting like I'm back.
Okay, they lead you into a room, and they kind of they kick you out the back of your legs and pick you up and slam you down onto a table of some sort. And then they bind up your arms again, only to find that your binds have been undone. And they slap you around a little bit for it. And they bind you down to a table, and they take off your blindfold.
Okay.
And you're just staring up at you're staring up at a dimly lit ceiling in a dimly lit room.
Okay.
And for now, the room is empty except for the two guards that escorted you in. You look around, you can see it looks like maybe some medical equipment and a couple other tables that you can't tell what it looks like. There's some kind of stain on them, but you can't tell what it is from where you're at. What do you guys do?
Alright. He said while I negotiate with the troops, he's going to go to the bathroom. So, I find where the troops are that switch to our side. I have two guards with me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how many men are there?
About 15 switch sides.
15? Alright, so I have two armed guards with me, and I have a couple of guards outside.
Okay.
Who's that mean?
And him, I guess, I don't know.
Furry guards
You're-
with you?
You're a furry, so
Shut the freak up!
you're not a person.
Hey, I'm your friend. You better shut it.
Hey.
I'm a friend.
So,
Furries don't have rights. You will die if you continue this talk.
Fine.
I take off my coat. I undo my sword belt, lean my sword up against one of the bedposts, grab a chair, sit down, and open dialogue with them. One-on-one.
Okay. Give me a diplomacy roll.
Okay.
Just one big one. I'm not gonna do a bunch of different ones.
Diplomacy.
You still have your +5 from being the Dark Angel.
19.
Some of them are more receptive than others. Most of them don't have any real useful information as they were low end. You have one officer, in field sergeant, so like leader of a small group, and he does tell you that the the garrison possesses a relic of some sort, but you do not know what it is, and they don't know either what it is. They know that it's supposed to hold some kind of relic from the last war that they undertook, the Great Unification War, and that they have. He can provide you no information other than he knows that the commander of the garrison has access to it, supposedly. So you know that the commander of the garrison may come with a stronger weapon than, or a weapon potentially on equal par with what you guys have.
Yeah.
Okay.
I asked them if the 15 of you switch sides and were honorable enough to join us. What do you think the chances are that more of you would be willing to join our cause?
They reply that as long as it's you or the patriarch at the helm, as they've heard of his semi-merciful exploits, that you can maybe get a third of the remaining forces in the city if you play your cards right. Which basically means you have to be lucky and get the right saves.
Is there a possibility I could somehow broadcast a message over the city?
You now have the courthouse, so yes. Go ahead. Give me a diplomacy roll first. And you don't have any bonuses at this time. It's just a flat diplomacy roll. No bonuses right now.
There you go. So good.
23.
What do you say?
Men of whatever.
Divaxa.
Men of Vivaxa.
Divaxa.
Divaxa. Sorry. Men of Divaxa. This is the Dark Angel. Speaking for all men, when I say I want what all of us wants, what each man in this city, in this entire country wants, everlasting peace. I'm sure I, as well as all of you know, the importance of honor amongst all of our cultures, amongst all of our gods together. I beseech you, fight for us, and we will assure that your honor is withheld, that you will be treated fairly, and your rewards will be just, unlike your current leaders.
Okay.
Orange.
You can hear fighting in the garrison.
Yes!
Hey boy,
One of
we're
your
going to the garrison.
scouts.
Let's go.
One of your scouts informs you that a small group of what looks to be defectors is fighting the troops of the garrison. They are heavily outnumbered.
It is time to attack.
Diplomacy roll.
Let's go. Let's go.
Daniel, remember, you have one ability that gives all your allies within 30 feet a bonus.
Smite.
That's not smite, it's your other one.
What is it?
Your other one doesn't have a name to it. Just call it the Archon's Call. You can call upon your Archon, the Ragathiel, your god, to grant the party strength and all allies within 30 feet of you gain an AC and +2 attacking damage rolls.
I call upon it.
I got 33.
Six.
6?
Without any
Six,
adds, just the
33.
normal.
39, both of us 39.
25.
Okay. Who is leading them from the front? Who is leading the charge?
I'm right behind
You leading the
though.
charge gives you guys a +10.
Yes!
And because you gave all your allies a bonus, you gain another +1. You guys succeed on the note. I forgot to change this. Show it, Christian.
I wasn't even saying anything, but okay.
On the notes, what you needed. You got what you needed on the notes.
Nice.
You rush in and you bust down the garrison doors. You completely just rush into the base.
As soon as we get in.
So, because that small group inside has been distracting them, they were not as well prepared for your surprise charge as they could have been. The garrison is really quite big, and the fighting goes on for some time. Give me another diplomacy roll to see how this goes. You guys got in, now you gotta give me another one to see if you succeed overall.
Do we get any more bonuses?
By reuniting with the troops, by uniting with the troops, the defectors get a +2. And since you're still leading Daniel, you're still going to have that +5 from you being at the front.
17.
17?
17.
22.
26.
22.
48. You don't succeed.
What?
The save for this one's really high.
God.
I told you guys, even you guys had a bunch of bonuses last time, and you barely hit it. The save, I told you, it's going to be difficult. This is not meant to be a cakewalk. You guys are repelled from the garrison, but not before doing quite a bit of damage, and you do successfully take the defectors with you. However, this fight does not leave the three of you unscathed. All of you are officially at half health. You take a -5 on your next roll because you're quite injured. You have the option to leave your field commanders in charge, or just one of you in charge, and the others go back to the field hospital and get healed. What do you guys want to do?
I don't know where my HP is. I'm looking for my HP.
I would say send at least one of them to the field hospital, and this turn we defend.
About 46.5.
Y'all are the strongest. I can go alone.
Hold on.
I've got sneak.
This would be leading troops, though, Josh.
Your
One of y'all.
Your health is right there.
I'm blind.
Oh, you good?
So, I have 33.
I'm at
I have
46.5.
33 HP, since you said -1/2, so...
How many defectors did we get?
A good amount. The garrison has roughly 7,000 troops. You guys got about 700.
So there's no way to go around and personally shake all their hands.
You could. It would take a long time.
Just run out fast.
Okay, so who goes back to the field hospital? Who doesn't? It's an individual choice. You guys get to pick yourselves.
I'm not. Not right now.
What's your health?
Should be at 45 or whatever it is.
Yep.
Josh, go.
I'm good.
You have less
No,
health.
it's an individual choice. Yes, and when he comes back, I'll do a bunch of stuff for him.
Because I need to go to
Okay.
I'm starting to cry.
I think Cameron's in there also taking a shit. You can go monopolize the wound factor.
I don't want to do that, though. Oh, wait, no, there he is.
Okay, cool. Cool, I will pause you guys while I do it. John, please let Cameron back in.
Do you want to go or should I go? Go to the hospital.
You guys are on pause. Well, until Daniel comes back.
We're disgusting.
Wait, what HP are you at?
46.5. I said you.
There's no half points. You round down.
Oh, 46.
So, they're on pause because Daniel's going to take a shit. We're going to deal with you. While you've been gone, they managed to gain a bunch of defectors after Daniel gave a good speech. They've taken over the courthouse, as you already know, and then they tried to assault the garrison, which they were repelled from but they did get to keep their defectors. And they're also the fight against the garrison was quite difficult, so they're all at half HP now.
Okay.
So they take a -5 unless they go back to the field hospital. So with this, now we're going to deal with you until he comes back.
Somehow it was locked.
I don't know how that happened.
Well,
Honestly.
okay, so Camel. Looking around, you don't see anything. It's just a dimly lit room. It's got some torches that are lighting it, and you're on a stone table with some rudimentary medical equipment. It looks like nearby. And you see other stone tables that have some kind of stain on them, but you cannot make out what the stain might be. Eventually, a man walks in. You'll remember from back when you were taking Thessia, and you met the Nerov siblings. This is Alderman Nerov, the defector, the traitor to the demon hunting, to the Eastern Star Order. The one who took a relic and ran. He sees you, realizes who you are, because word got around. He still has his sources. He goes, oh, fun. I get to play with the Duke today. And he picks up what looks like a very basic scalpel, and he starts cutting ever so lightly across your leg. And you can see what looks like some kind of wispy force pouring out of your leg, not alongside blood, and he's absorbing it.
Okay.
And you're in quite a bit of pain because he's going slow and deliberate. Yeah. He does this for a little bit. At any point, do you want to try to make a escape or anything like that? Or he's not armed, I'll tell you that right now.
I'll see about trying to escape.
Okay. Your saves are different now, by the way, because you're tied down to a table. Saves are a bit different.
Okay.
Go ahead and make the attempt.
21.
You don't manage to get free, but you can tell the strap on your left arm appears to be a little loose. Like where it's bolted to the table.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to be a little loose. So he is going to continue to experiment on you for a little bit longer, then he's going to leave. After he leaves, though, you hear screams from another part of wherever you're at. Because you don't know if this is a whole facility, but since there is another room where you can hear screams coming from, you assume it's at least a 2-room building facility of some kind. Yours is quite a big room. It's got a lot of different tables in it. You also are able to make out, because of what he just did to you, that the stains on the other tables are most likely blood stains. So you know you're not the first.
Yeah. I'm gonna attempt to
Escape again?
escape again. 14.
No. You're jiggling it, and one of the guards notices, like you're trying to jiggle the left hand strap, and one of the guards in there notices and goes, "Stop that! If you don't stop, we'll bring you a lot more pain than he will."
Yes, Daddy.
They smack you with their spears. They take the butt of the spear and just fucking jab it into your face. That'll be enough out of you.
Hard. Daddy.
They simply glare at you.
Is this your actual character?
This is
Yes.
his character. He's not,
Okay,
his
dude.
fingers aren't crossed. This is him. I'm sure Derek's gonna be real happy that's in there. Why don't you say that a little bit closer to the mic?
Hard, Daddy.
This is gonna be so much fun.
I'm gonna send that video to you. I'm actually gonna clip just that fucking voice note and just send it to you. I'm just gonna send it in the group chat and be like, Cameron.
Nate, here's it.
Okay, I'm saying the Nate.
Oh, I'm not gonna be responsible for what happens tonight. Actually, yes, I am because it's gonna be freaking hilarious.
Tonight's been a good night so far.
So far,
I feel like you guys have been enjoying the mess.
I have.
We're just gonna take a break for a few minutes until Dan comes back because I don't have though I'm doing your shit in increments because like yours is so kind of it's slow paced, so it's kind of harder to whereas theirs is kind of like. So we're just gonna take a few minute break. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it because I didn't have anything planned. This was kind of like an on the whim like, how would I do quick mass combat considering that I don't because since none of you guys have ever done mass combat before in a way that's gonna make practical sense. This felt like a good option.
I haven't looked for that.
I know you do, and actually I know how to run mass combat in like your typical sense, and I also have my condensed version, which kind of shortens the process.
Wrong thing. Sorry.
But
I'm into.
But for them, I didn't want to have it because he doesn't have his weapon yet, and you're away. I didn't want to have it be like a full-on combat thing, like initiative and stuff, because that makes it harder for you. Because then you're gonna have to stay there longer until you can do stuff, or until I do anything with you. So I felt this way was an easy way to do mass combat roles, and while still letting them have some kind of element of choice and do stuff, so that I could still attend to you as well, in like a timely manner.
Yes.
Cameron gets executed. For legal reasons, that's a joke. What do you think, Josh? What do you think of all of what's been going on tonight?
I feel like killing myself.
What? You feel like killing yourself? But then you can't be a kid soon. You can't be a furry anymore.
That's why I'm not.
See? Look, saving lives one at a time, even if they're lives they don't deserve to live. By simply telling them that they can't do that anymore.
Now that's kind of rude.
It's the truth, though, is
Wait,
it not?
I'm still gonna be able to own a fox. So, ha.
Only if you become a ranger or a summoner.
Summoner.
So, yeah, it's a cross I have.
What's a ranger? Do you mean like a camping ranger?
No, ranger is a class that's kind of a mix between a cleric and a rogue almost. Yeah, it's kind of a good mix of those two. Because you get you have the choice between certain animal companions. You can have like one animal companion. And there's different fighting styles rangers usually undertake, and they also have a mild spell casting, like kind of like ability.
Oh, he's coming.
Okay. Stop doing that. Please.
Come on, ladies.
Sit back down.
Is it raining outside or did it just finish raining?
Finish.
Finish.
It's going on off all day.
Like Florida.
Sit down, boy. Sit on, fat boy. Okay. So, who is going back to the field hospital and who is not? You're going back?
I'm staying.
I'm bringing. Can I bring stuff for them?
No, once you go back there, you're going to be back there for at least one whole diplomacy roll. Okay, he departs and goes back to the field hospital. The two of you remain. Your troops are relieved at the fact that they have the Iron Lord and Antony Vivis still at the helm.
I'm going to roll for healing.
Yeah, you do.
Because I can do that.
You do have lay on hands.
Sadly, I don't.
You have potions.
Well,
I know. Thing.
of course he has lay on hands. He's a member of the church.
Shut up.
You gotta think too. Wasn't he raised Catholic?
No.
Who was raised Catholic? That we know. You knew a bunch of Catholics.
I
It's
was
close
raised
enough.
Presbyterian.
You know enough Catholics. It's fine.
What do I have to do for... Yes.
Lay on hands for you, Daniel, is D8s, and you're going to do 2D8.
2d8.
No, sorry, 3D8.
Here, you don't d8.
So 12 points of health.
Okay. You'll be good for the next push.
2 cure light wounds and a moderate.
Unless you
Moderate
make a
is
bad
going to be
decision,
3d8.
You'll be fine.
Light
We don't make
is
bad
1d8.
decisions around here.
Well, I mean, you kind of did.
13,
From talking to her.
15.
So,
That was very strategic.
20.
You'll also be good for the next push. Okay,
oh, good to heal.
so Daniel, you have 7 uses of lay on hands a day. Do you also want to heal some of your men?
Yes.
Who do you heal out of your men? You have a choice between group leaders, field officers, or regular troops.
Group leaders.
So field sergeants. Okay. Most of your field sergeants are now healthy enough to go on for the next push. Okay. The 2 of you, not you, Josh, the 2 of you, give me diplomacy rolls, and Daniel, because you healed some of your own men, you'll be overall granted a +3 to this upcoming roll, because your men are just thrilled that you were willing to bestow upon them this kindness. Truly living up to the angel moniker.
Wait, what?
You're truly living up to the angel part of your moniker.
They're watching you.
They're coming, Barbara.
Whatever that means.
Fortune.
23.
37.
When was the last time you brushed your teeth?
Nope.
I'm thinking. Hold up. I'm trying to. Yeah, no, you're once more repelled, but you notice, thanks to the defectors that you gained, that there is a crack in their defense. You have the option to once more have an elite team try to go in and open the gates from the inside.
Only I
I'll
would.
do it.
Diplomacy roll and then a stealth roll.
Oh, diplomacy and stealth. Stealth. I can do stealth. You and I are the best at stealth.
24 on diplomacy. Come on, stealth. Come on, stealth.
20.
Close. 18. 18 plus 5.
We'll take
You
close.
are. You're noticed, but not before you guys can open the gate. So you guys managed to open the gate, but then you are very clearly spotted and you're surrounded very quickly. Christian, give me a diplomacy roll. Rescue the Dark Angel.
18.
Okay, you're able to lead some of your forces to at least push back the enemy enough to rescue Daniel's group. Now, both of you give me a diplomacy roll.
Do we get any pluses?
Plus
for
10
this?
because you got in super easy.
Yes.
Do I get plus anything because I saved him somewhere?
His men get a +2 and your men get a +3. So, plus 15 total.
27. Come on.
Got 10.
But here we get the plus 10.
15 total.
52 is your total. No, okay, you guys get it.
Nice.
Your square field Taiwan gone.
Do you guys push back into
Shut up.
back into the garrison? Josh, at this point, have you returned to them? You've been gone for about a day now.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you go back. All 3 of you give me a new diplomacy roll. Over the course of the next couple days, while they're doing all this, you're being experimented on. You're having something extracted from you.
better.
You hear screams from other parts of the facility. Give me 2
29.
checks.
I got 30, 29.
12.
70.
74.
All of us are
12, 15?
74
12 and
plus
12 and
anything.
13.
Mm-mm.
Do we collectively get any bonuses?
Did any of you want to give any speeches? You're giving, by the way, you're giving one in the heat of battle, so you're making yourself a target.
Okay.
So you will be giving me a fortitude save in the middle of this.
All right.
Hold on.
It's like, yeah, breathe. What's your fortitude?
What are you doing?
I'm asking what's your fortitude.
Fortitude is +12.
Plus 12, okay. So yeah, I got it.
So I'll give a speech.
Okay.
Is it another diplomacy or?
It's up to you guys if you give diplomacy or intimidate speeches. Diplomacy will appeal to your troops. It will inspire them and it can help raise their morale. Depending on what you say, it could also potentially lower the enemy's morale, therefore giving you an even bigger bonus. If you use intimidate, you will be directly insulting the enemy while also like inspiring your troops into thinking the fight is easy and that they're just one good push away from knocking over the fucking tyrants.
Diplomacy.
You would lose all chances to do certain things if you did intimidate. So
Good roll, good roll.
26.
fortitude.
All right. $29.
Okay, so despite making yourself a fucking target by giving a speech, you're seen giving a speech while also fighting off a pretty good-sized group of enemies by yourself, and shrugging off attacks left and right. This feat of bravery and toughness inspires your troops, and you gain a +5 to your troops. This is enough to liberate the garrison. Now, you have the last remaining 1,000 soldiers of the garrison surrender. What do you do?
Negotiate.
No, they surrender, so what do you want to do from there? There's no negotiating and surrender this time, they just straight up surrender.
Would y'all like to join us?
You give roll for that. You give me diplomacy roll, that's not an intimidate either. You were too nice about it.
I'm sorry, but
I was gonna say you can either join us or you can.
You were too slow, he said it first. Fat boy said it first.
fuck. 10.
Which fat boy?
Christian, say what you're gonna say.
I was using diplomacy. Damn it.
Yeah, say what you're gonna say.
Would y'all like to keep living and fighting and join us and help us take
That's not
over?
a fucking threat. We won't be under such a leader like you.
Okay, I step up, push him aside. Sorry, ignore him.
And who might you be?
I am the Dark Angel.
The fat
So the
boy.
faggot.
You can either come and join us and fight honorably beside us, or you can leave your weapons with us and we can parole you out.
Roll us out. What you mean by that? They're not very well educated.
You can
Should I
live a life
demonstrate
of peace with no more fighting. We could find some type of work or job for you where you can earn money.
Sounds a bit too good to be true. We know you're not the fucking patriarch.
I never claimed to be a patriarch.
Well, is he gonna take all this? Are you gonna go with your little plans?
I usually do,
Should I demonstrate?
because I'm the most powerful.
Should I demonstrate on one?
You
of them
called
what
yourself
happens
the
if they
most
don't join
powerful. Oh shit!
Well,
How do I handle this?
Go for
Compared
it.
to these two.
I would say go
That
for
was
it,
out of
but-
character. What I just said. What I just said was just me. It was just me,
Yeah.
the GM. God, he called himself the most powerful. How the fuck am I supposed to? He just insulted your strength. You know what? I know how I'm gonna do this one. I'm fucked up now, Aaron.
Hey, Ron.
Alright. You claim to be the most powerful. Some of them believe your words and join you. Others, including parts of your own men, take offense at you claiming to be stronger than the ruler. basically saying that he's nothing more than a puppet.
Hold, troops. He's just saying that for now.
That is not what I meant.
Stand
Of
down.
the leaders we have with us currently, I am the most powerful.
We demand you duel the Patriarch when he returns. Settle it once and for all like real men.
Okay.
So what happens to the others that didn't join us?
They get paroled out. You simply
Like
jail
I
them.
promised.
You simply jail them.
I take all their
Unless you
weapons,
wanna-
but I give them...
Unless you want to do something else. I'm not going to stop you, Christian.
Well, it was already said and done. So I was.
I take all their weapons, but I give them each a little bit of food and a little bit of money to do with as they please to try and make a life.
There are plenty of jobs to restore the city.
Yes.
So, okay. You guys have liberated the garrison.
How many troops do we got?
Well, that's not more than we can do after that. What do I do that?
Since now you've liberated the city, you have about 90,000. Because you also had a bunch of prisoners and such that have since joined your cause. They have decided they want to join you. So you ended up picking up a lot of extra support now that you've taken the garrison. And proving that you're honorable men who keep your word. Cameron, give me another check.
Until someone pushes about something.
You're
That's until
below
someone
half
pushes
health
about
now.
As you
It's a
see.
little weak. It's been a week since you were captured.
You want to get throw punch? Because that's how you
And
get throw punch.
they still do not know you were gone. Okay, by the way, in all the time you guys have been away doing this, it's been, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It's been about 3 weeks since you were captured. It's been about 3 weeks since the last time any of you guys saw him, and you're very curious as to where he is. This is when Volk finally comes back and informs you guys that he was captured.
Do you know where he's at?
No.
We know who took him.
We believe the true matriarch, not the you. We believed you guys executed a fake, a puppet, so to speak, and that the real one has now captured your patriarch.
Do you know where they're located?
No, we don't. What was your roll?
22.
Holy shit! You make it out. You break free. You break the left arm, and you undo your right arm, and you're up. But the two guards are now coming at you.
Run, Forrest, run!
Alright. Stop! Stop. Stop.
Diplomacy. Or intimidate, either or.
That's gonna be 31.
They stop. You better speak quick.
How are you guys?
I'm tired of fucking being here. I'll kill you if it means I get out here quicker.
So you're like, if you help me, you'll be able to get out.
And who are you?
I'm Patriot.
Bullshit. Prove it. We heard he could turn invisible.
Where do I have my ring still?
Yeah.
Do I have all my rings actually?
No. Your ring of invisibility looks like a family sigil ring, which to them holds no value because they don't know you're actually from a lesser noble family. So they let you keep it because they don't know what it is.
Oh, then I go.
Holy fucking shit! He is the patriarch. Alderaan, you captured the patriarch. You fucking numpty. And while they're yelling for Alderaan, you know, the traitor with the relic of the Nira family. Oh yeah, you guys missed that. He got captured by Alderaan Nira, the traitor of the Nira demon hunting family, one of the founding families of Altchris. Yeah, and Alderaan's been experimenting on him. That's what you guys know as players, not as characters. Okay. So yeah, what do you do now that they're preoccupied trying to trying to yell at Alderaan and get him in?
Is the door open?
You don't know. We'll try it.
Give one of them a wedgie.
Okay, I'm gonna go see this. I'm not.
It's locked. but they're too busy yelling food, so they don't hear you trying to jiggle the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Disable device.
Yes.
Okay, give me a disable device.
That is gonna be a 25.
Just right. You open the door.
While touching your
You
hand.
find out that you're not in a simple two-room facility. This is a massive facility. Because as you open the door, you see a long hallway with a bunch of other doors on the side. You count at least 7 doors on each side of the hallway, leading down up to a staircase that goes up.
Okay. I'm gonna take the path of least resistance.
The yelling of all the guards alerts the other guards in the facility, and some of them pop their heads out of the doors and step into the hallway, blocking your path. You can give me C and Bs to navigate them, to not like bump into them as you're going by.
How about acrobatics?
Or that. Either that. Acrobatics or C and B.
Ooh, 14.
You bump into the first one who's very, very confused. But he does nothing.
Alright, I'm gonna keep going. Another one?
You're going to give me 7 of them.
19.
You bump into the second one, and they are becoming quickly aware that you're probably bumping into them.
Okay, so this one is going to be a 23.
You get by that dude. They are aware that you might be in the hallway.
27.
Navigate that dude. The last dude steps directly in front of you to try to cut you off completely because they think you're down there somewhere. He's standing in front of the staircase.
I'm gonna stop.
Okay. He doesn't feel anything hit him.
I'm gonna go to
To the side.
stretch myself against the wall.
Okay. He doesn't feel anything hit him. And he goes, he's still down here somewhere. He takes his spear and he takes a couple steps forward. He's next to you.
Okay. I'm just gonna stand right there.
Okay.
No, it's not.
He walks right by you and continues down the hall. And as they get to each other and they realize that they haven't found you, they turn back around. But you're already gone. At the top of the staircase is another door, but it is not like the door you used to disable the device. It's like the one you found in that temple back in the desert. You do not see a way to open it.
Oh,
Give
I
me a
remember that
perception
one.
check.
That's gonna be 27.
What languages do you speak?
Common, Draconic, Dwarven, Elven, Goblin.
You're good. You notice faded draconic writing on the door. You can't make out what it says because it's so faded, but you notice on the door there is one spot that is weathered in a particular shape, maybe like a handprint almost. It lights up, and it slowly retracts open, but it makes a fuck ton of noise when it's doing this. So all the guards are now rushing to you. You can hear them just fucking sprinting up this staircase as fast as they can. And it opens up into a cave.
Okay, as soon as it's like open enough for me to get through,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna wait for it to open up all the way out.
Okay, so you head down this cave, and as you're going along it, you finally get to another staircase. Well, you pop out. You pop out in that like kind of hidden passageway in Stalag 14 that you found in the warden's office. You're back in Stalag 14.
Okay, I'm gonna look for my stuff.
Um, you find in the warden's office a group of soldiers playing around with your weapon, trying to make it work. They're unsuccessful because it's tailored to you and it only responds to your input.
Oh, that weapon.
But they're fucking around with it, and they're fucking around with the armor too. You see a halberd leaning up against the wall. It's the closest weapon to you.
Do it.
Wait, you didn't do your fingers.
You can't hear me anyway.
Everyone just needs to do.
I'm gonna
You don't hear that in your head
say,
from time to time.
kneel before your patient.
So no one uses this.
One of them speaks it, and in a fit of fear, he just kneels. The other one is taken by surprise and simply looks at his friend and goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I say kneel before your patient.
The one that was kneeling takes your weapon out of his friend's hand and throws it to you. He says, "I'm sorry, my liege." And then he stabs his friend for disobedience.
Does he stab him dead or just stab him like?
So he stabs him in the knee, makes him collapse and kneel. You don't have your weapon.
Where's my arm?
The one that kneeled first takes off his tunic and goes, I have it so. And he takes off your armor and gives it back to you.
And the rest of my gear?
I put that in the locker.
Open it.
Yes, my liege. By this point, he's just shitting himself because a man has just appeared. And the guards that were chasing you finally come out of the passageway and go, "What the fuck are you two doing?" By this point, though, he's already given you your armor.
It's on.
Okay. They are now trying to surround you. They have decided to execute the two that helped you in quick fashion, and they've now surrounded you. You're inside a 30-foot by 30-foot room, and you're surrounded.
All I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men. Thank you, Darth Vader.
I will. Ah. I see. I accept your surrender.
You what?
I accept your surrender.
We should be saying that to you. Come back all pretty now, and we won't hurt
What?
you too bad.
You're not saying it to me. I'm saying it to you.
If you come back now, we won't do any more damage to you than already. He doesn't like his playthings disappearing on him.
I see.
One of them moves in a little closer to you. And he pulls out manacles. He's coming to handcuff you.
What do you do?
They all stab forward at the same time where they last saw you.
I'm gonna just drop it.
C and B. C and B to avoid the attack.
Or reconnect.
Either or.
21.
You narrowly dodge all of their attacks.
Fuck it.
They realize that you have either moved to the side, so they all swing around in a circle.
Killing each other.
They're trying to just cover as much ground as possible with their swings. Give me another reflex.
I just dropped.
Wait,
Yeah, they're just kind of.
And then one of them
16.
Their attacks are very wild, and one of them nicks your armor, but your armor takes the brunt of the blow and doesn't do any damage. They hear it, and he notes it, and he goes, "He's on the floor!" And they'll stab at the
I'm
floor.
just gonna
Acrobatic roll. Give me an acrobatics check.
As you're jumping,
18.
you jump on one of these.
You roll out of the way of all their stabs. And you know the door's unlocked to get out.
They're locked?
No, the door is unlocked to get out. To the door to the warden's room is unlocked.
What about windows?
2 windows, both intact, can be jumped through.
I'm gonna jump through.
You take 2 points of damage. Give me an acrobatics.
Good looks.
Okay, you leap out of the window and it breaks, and you take 2 points of damage in doing it, but you have sufficiently gotten out of the room. You see a lone horse.
Take it.
Yeah, I am taking it.
Okay, what do you do?
Um,
It's a 2-day ride back to the capital.
um, I'm going
That's
to
us
go.
the night school flies. Better hope we don't have one of those on the turn.
Yeah, I am going to the.
Shut up, Axe. Will show us the meaning of haste.
I'm going to the capital.
Okay. So, in the 2 days that you're doing that, you guys have liberated the city. What do you guys do now that you've liberated the city since you've taken the garrison? You got 2 days to decide what you want to do before he shows up. So,
Rest.
Daniel.
Ah!
He's on a horse on his way to you guys. You guys will have 2 days between now and when he'll show up, and you've liberated the city. What do you want to do?
Rest. He'll prepare to defend.
Tell my men to. Tell some of them to prepare defenses, other ones to make repairs to the city as need be, and I go around and personally heal as many men as I can.
Okay. You give me, just you, a diplomacy check.
Wait, where are we? Where are we?
You are in the capital city of Divaxite, which you've just taken. Okay.
I'm gonna go order food to bed.
Also turn in an order for me, but it's on separate tickets. Personal. Oh, yes.
Just
You go first, Christian.
George Michael.
More mozzarella sticks?
I'd like a personal pizza, pepperoni, bacon bits.
Pepperoni bacon bits?
I'll have a root beer float.
Root beer float?
It's been a long time since I've had a root beer.
Water?
And a menu.
And a menu?
Yeah,
Alright.
I forgot the prices.
Alright, so this is mine, root beer float, pepperoni and bacon bits, and more mozzarella sticks.
I could get you a menu.
Don't get the menu then.
Hey, Daniel, what's your armor look like?
What's it look like?
Yeah, what does your character look like?
It's
You're not there. Cameron, you're not looking into a mirror, Cameron.
Damn.
think the best way I can describe
Marcel Wallace.
Shut up. Think Aragorn when he led the attack on the Black Gate, but instead of the dark black and red accents, it's white and a deep royal blue. But otherwise, the armor is silver.
Okay.
Love you, Daniel. Daniel, mean it.
What's another title for general?
Commander.
Marshall. Phil Marshall.
The League.
Wait, what's a Roman or Greek? I forgot.
Greek would probably be Strategos. Roman probably either legate or centurion.
I think I've got his name. They begin calling you the Silver Centurion. You are known as the foremost um, field general and overall commander of the army. Aside from the Patriarch himself, you're considered now the number 2 of Diabax's military.
Dang.
And you are known as the number 3. And you're known as the...
Well, I'm silver.
Well, you're still the Iron Lord, but I'm trying to think of like an advanced title for your name. You're dead.
I did this.
I know.
No one heard me.
My character, you say that again. What out of you?
What?
What's your character like, Christian?
Human armor, well, white or tan, black hair, iron, well, armor, black
Armor.
with red.
Black
Am I allowed to have armor under my shirt thing?
It's assumed that you do have on.
So if you break my shirt, I will kill them.
And they're calling you the Maroon Marshal.
Maroon Marshal?
I bet.
Silver Centurion, Maroon Marshal. You're the number 3. 1, 2, 3.
Huh?
You have no title yet.
I know.
When you guys free the
That
garrison,
was on accident. Yeah. I
you do
accidentally-
find the commander wielding a
accidentally said it.
very strange-looking longsword.
Ooh,
Why
You
are
do
you-
not
I
know
want
what it is. You don't know what it can do,
It's special.
and your soldiers opt to tell you to put it back where he got it, back into its hold at the bottom of the garrison.
Is it like the next day when you do, or like coming up
This
after?
is over the course of the next couple of days after you guys free the garrison.
I'll be not gonna be grateful.
Okay.
Well,
For it again.
you want a straw, right? Or you want a spoon?
I'll take the straw, but a spoon would be most helpful.
Okay.
I don't have those kind of second skills.
But you know who
Nate
does?
Nate.
Nate sucked dick. Let it be known. Nate sucks dick. It's going home. Nate sucks dick. Let it be known.
You're mean.
You goddamn right, child.
If you hang around us long enough, you'll become like us.
Facts.
I don't want to become ugly.
We didn't say you were going to be ugly.
Hey, Josh. I may be ugly, but I have rights unlike furries.
Shut it.
Hey, one more thing. Stop calling me sir. Use my name.
Yes, sir.
Got his ass.
I realize that, but if you keep doing it, if you keep calling me sir, after me asking you to use my name, will be disrespectful. Got it? Got it.
Just call him faggot.
He's pissed because it gives him an extra 20 gray hairs every time I say it.
Right.
Sir, how are you doing today, my liege? Are you ready for your...
You're being a dick.
Yeah, damn. It's a birthright. It's in my name. I can do whatever I want. Yeah. Maroon Marshal, Silver Centurion.
Water. Water. More ice in you, or
I did.
So yeah. So you guys find these weapons. Josh, you see them put this weapon back, but at night they all leave you be.
Wait, where are they?
They've all gone off. He's gone to help with rebuild efforts. He's coordinating with troops to rout stragglers from the city. And he's still on the road on his way back to Divaxa.
On the road again.
But you see them put this sword away,
Countries lose it.
back inside the bomb of the garrison,
I'm
And
not touching
and
that.
leave it unattended.
I know you've never seen Generation Kill, but you're going to learn today.
On the road again.
They leave it unattended, Josh. They leave it unattended.
Wait, is it nighttime?
Yes, it's nighttime at this point. They leave the sword unattended, and as they go about their whatever they wanted to do.
Decide.
No.
I am the
She
decider.
went to sleep.
Thank you. Okay.
I remember.
Check your phone, Daniel. Check your fucking phone.
I haven't anything.
Check your phone.
Oh, is it? Okay. 1 second. Is this price up to date? What's the price?
Dollar fries?
Yeah.
I believe there are up to date. I need to ask Michelle.
Okay.
Depends what size you want, sir.
Just the 1 pound grilled cheese.
1 pound fries and cheese.
Yeah.
You want plain fries, garlic fries, and cheese fries. Sir.
Garlic
Garlic fries with cheese. Anything else for you today?
brownie almost.
Brownie almond. Alrighty then. Garlic fries, 1 pound, cheese, and brownie almond.
Okay, Josh. It's the wee hours of the morning. It's still mostly dark outside. I want you to give me a perception check.
For what?
Just
Just
give me
do
a
it.
perception check.
Okay. What?
Just like you said. For what?
Check your phone.
24.
Okay.
12 plus 12.
Okay. You hear some rustling. Keep in mind you're inside the Capitol building, the castle, the two of them. You hear some rustling. It sounds like someone is coming to sneak in. You guys are all relatively within the same room. You're kind of all in the big You all fell asleep in your what you've come to refer to as the war room, where you coordinate all your attacks. You were there so long you all just fell asleep inside the war room.
That's right.
You wake up to see someone sneaking in, and you see a blade drawn in their hand, and they're approaching Daniel.
Like the quick.
Daniel's still asleep. He's still asleep. What do you do?
What do I have on my weapon? Wait, what weapons do I have?
Whatever's on your person.
I think somebody might have
Do I still have the
too much
rapier?
time on their hands.
What? What'd you say?
Do I have any of your weapons besides the rapier?
That's for you to know. Does he have weapons besides the rapier?
He has a crossbow. A crossbow.
So just the rapier and a crossbow.
Yep.
I'm guessing my rapier is right next to me, so I pick it up, run at him, and stab.
Give me a CMB.
CMB or
CMB. Like
B?
Charlie.
Plus 6.
Charlie.
Mike.
Mike. Bravo.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
11 plus 6, 17.
Okay, you run him through, and you find it to be one of your field officers who was secretly an assassin trying to kill Daniel.
And you killed him.
Um,
I was kidding.
they are going to reward you with your own. Yeah, the two of you wake up when he does this.
I grab my sword.
So I see a lot of blood.
Fuck
See
happened?
you. See him.
What the fuck did you do?
Thank you, I guess.
What the you do?
He obviously saved one of us, if not both of us.
What does it look like?
Otherwise, we'd be dead too.
Remember, he's still new to me. My character.
Dead guy. He's covered in dead guy's blood.
They begin calling you Dente Grisio,
What does that mean?
Grey Fang.
I like that.
Dante Grisio.
Dante
Dante
Gracie.
Gracio.
Yeah, the Grey Fang.
Dante Gracio. I like that.
You're known as the Grey Fang.
Gray Fang?
Maroon.
Yeah, Dante Grisio means Grey Fang.
Okay, Dante Gracio.
Maroon Marshal, Silver Centurion, also known as the Iron Lord, and
Or
Antenibris, the Dark Angel.
or greasy, uncultured white guy.
You realize,
Greasy Dante.
you realize it's Dente, as in Dente.
So greasy pasta.
Galicio is Latin for fan, which doesn't make any sense, but that's what it is. Okay. Some of the defectors that you had that saw the enemy commander wielding that longsword, note that it had a kind of shroud to it, and they notice that the two of you have some pretty special weapons. So they want you guys to take a look at it to see if you can figure out what the sword actually is, given that you have relics of your own. So they lead you down. They lead all three of you down to the. Yeah.
Amanda.
Damn it, Amanda!
Eat it. It's good for you.
I don't want it. It's gay.
You say that, but yet you don't eat it.
I have a couple times.
One.
If you ate it more, you wouldn't be fat.
Hey, I already lost 10 pounds, so fuck you.
Gay!
You're on that sick plan, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're on that sick man diet.
Mm-hmm.
It's called you don't eat, you lose weight. Also known as the anorexics.
It's called pretend AIDS.
For you, it's not very pretend now, is it?
There was a point where I was on the Iraq diet.
The Eric diet does not sound fun. Okay, so they take the three of you guys down there, and you guys lift the case that it's in, and basically take it out of its case, and it doesn't react to either of you. You guys put it in your hands, it doesn't react to either of you. You hand it off to him, and it reacts, giving off that kind of that gray, smoky look that you guys saw earlier. When the enemy commander was wielding it. So that, Daniel, it starts doing the left side of that when he picks it up and holds it. In recognition for the fact that with no formal training, he has managed to become compatible with the sword as your soldiers put it. They gift him the sword, saying that for a slave to become a nobleman in such a fashion is a rarity. We hope he continues to use the sword well. After this happens, pretty much right after this happens, this motherfucker rides back into town. Look at him, he rides right back in.
Okay, so what time of day is it?
It is evening when you ride back in.
Okay, I'm going to wait till morning.
Before you make your announcement.
Before you announce that you're alive.
Okay, I do want to go. I do want to go into town, but I want to go to a place where the sun will highlight me. In front of as many people as I possibly can.
The top of the bell tower. On the one church that remains untouched.
That is where I'm going to go.
So you guys go back to bed after Josh gets his sword, which
Number one victory, right?
Which-
Alex?
it tells you one thing. The sword speaks to you but one time, almost as if its consciousness manifested long enough to say just these two words. Malice embodied.
Malice embodied.
Malice embodied is all it tells you.
Wait.
You three can probably guess what that is supposed to be.
Next morning, I'll ask y'all. So let's go to bed.
Yes, tell them. You can tell them what the sword said to you. Go to sleep. You wake up. Let's go outside. Everybody sees this fucker standing on top of a bell tower.
Have you been?
Hold up. You all see him.
Okay, so bell tower intact, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have the rope every time.
It wakes everybody up.
Damn.
Everybody's out.
Damn.
Any intact building, even somebody that people were sleeping in, they all come out and stare at this fucker.
I'm in my Darlaxel. Look. For anyone that can see it for.
I can.
As soon as I see him, I stand upon a box or whatever can elevate me above everyone else, and I proclaim, all hail and kneel to the patriarch. And I take a knee.
I need.
Everybody kneels. You shout this. You tear your lungs doing this, like your voice won't stop. You can no longer speak for the next day. Worth it.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna come down. Actually, before I come down, I'll put my hands and say, "Rise." Now I'll come down.
Speech.
Hi guys.
Where have you been?
I was delayed.
Remember,
Right, Gandalf.
you guys did get told he was captured.
Wait,
sure,
what
yeah.
did the source say?
Malice embodied.
Malice embodied.
Go ahead.
Nice to see you alive, though.
Yes. Yes, it's nice to be alive.
1 second. So, about the sword you just got.
Did you just tell me for just a second?
Sorry.
I'm back. That's a little more important, I think.
Quick question.
Where'd you get your sword?
Yeah, like, be
And
interested.
I try to motion sign language. You don't this is the true patriarch, you fucker.
Let me try something. You can speak, but you can speak with just barely, and only people within a foot of you can hear you.
Wait, malice embodied?
Embodied.
Embodied. Quick question. What does malice embodied mean?
Patriarch, you better answer that question.
That's probably its name.
Answer?
I nodded, bitch.
So, like, would you
What
like
we're trying to
tell us
eat? Suck my ass.
Would you like to tell us about your adventure of delay?
So, apparently,
Who are we calling next?
the former leader, the bitch that we beheaded, must have been some sort of alternate. Because I know we killed whoever was in that throne.
Yeah. It was there. It was just us two going at it.
No. Yeah. But I know you chopped her head off.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember where?
It was under Steelog 14.
Boys?
You all remember going down that passageway underneath the warden's office and getting to that door that we couldn't open. You all remember this. When he mentioned this, it clicks.
Us two.
No, he was with you. This was after the battle.
That was okay, wasn't it?
No. His old character died before you guys got to Stilog 14. His new character got introduced at Stilog 14.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, you weren't there. No, yeah, you weren't. So the two of you remember.
No. Boys, know our next location and who we're killing. Speaking of which,
Is anyone going to explain to Cameron what happened to the city? You fucking retards.
so I would let you, but you can't really talk.
I can convey the point. Over the past several weeks, we were engaged in countless offensives, attacking and defending to take back multiple key areas and positions of the city, which we eventually did. We took back the medical area, the courthouse, the garrison, the church.
And the factory.
Is there any left in capture? Or is that it?
And throughout our offensive, several hundred of the enemy decided to defect and join our side. The others we paroled, and they now have jobs, currently doing whatever they can to rebuild the city.
Okay. I guess that's good enough.
Your soldiers began chanting, "Duel, duel, 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 duel."
So,
Why are they chanting duel?
I will answer this. So, in
No,
the
no,
midst
no, no,
of-
no, no, no.
No, this is for me to answer.
Let him answer.
So, in one of my attempts to get the last batch of, what would you say, it was 1,000?
1,000 remaining soldiers at the
1,000
garrison.
remaining soldiers who had surrendered to join our side or be paroled. I told them, and it was misconstrued. I tried to convey that of the leaders there, not including you, between us three, I was the most powerful. They took that to be that I was claiming that I was more powerful than you, which I am not.
And now they want us to fight.
So if you want to fight me, I'm open to it. Just don't kick my ass too hard.
Come here. Strong enough.
But you are the Patriot. Of course.
Cheese?
More sweet tea, please. More sweet tea, Jose, please. I beg.
What's it? You want another one? No. No.
I go around.
Well, we're gonna.
What?
I'm gonna
Cool,
let
sure.
UFC fighters.
Well, whoa.
Your men construct an arena. It seats the entire city. Takes 1 week to build. It seats the whole city. They've all come to watch this duel between the Silver Centurion and the Patriarch himself.
Can I be the commentator?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
As they all take their seats, I yell, "Are you ready to say a battle to the death?"
The whole city is going wild. It's so loud. It's vibrating the stadium.
I'm gonna play into this too.
In the blue corner, we have the powerful.
I've got my hands in the air, got my rapier on the
Yeah. Patriarch, patriarch, patriarch.
Half the crowd begins shouting Patriarch.
The one, the powerful, the patriarch.
It reaches the crowd reaches its crescendo, and you think about half the team is shouting Patriarch, Patriarch.
And in the left corner,
You can speak again.
the paladin.
The Silver Centurion.
My bad. The Silver Centurion.
I feel fashion.
I like. Come on.
You've seen Hook, right? Bad fall.
When you shield bash him, boos erupt. Whoa! Unsportsmanlike, disqualify him! Execute him! The one who shouted execute him was promptly escorted away.
No, boy, not yet. You are both fighters ready.
Boo box. Put him in the boo box.
Hey, Jack, are you ready? Silver Centurion, are you ready?
This is awful. This is terrible. Get it away. Boo.
Boo.
Here's how we're going to do this. When the fight begins, both of you are going to roll initiative. And then you will simply go back and forth until one of you falls.
Silver Centurion, are you ready? And fight!
I'll make sure that you know. First blood. Actually, no.
Give me initiative roll, Daniel.
So, there you go.
What do you roll to call?
16.
Cameron goes first. And by the way, so at this point, you two are simply going to go back and forth on beating the fuck out of each other. Whatever good methods you guys want to use to do it, cool. I'm going to sit here and watch. I'm done for the night for right now. This is all y'all. Which means the mic goes right here.
Alright. So, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go invisible.
Run up.
And then attack Daniel.
Okay.
And actually, I'm gonna make this a called shot. So just above his knee.
I don't think you guys are. Don't talk to me. Talk to him. It's just you two.
I'm just saying for point of fact. It's a 20.
Plus.
Nat 20?
Yes, not 41 points of damage.
Oh,
You're dead?
you guys started the fight at
No.
full health, by the way.
Huh?
Okay, you guys started the fight at full health.
That's still almost half.
That's over
And then
half.
I reappear after I do that.
I'll use Dark's here.
And I put my rapier at his throat.
My turn. Okay, is that your turn I roll with?
Yes.
I pretend to use Smite,
But not really.
but not really, because I know if I do that, that's going to give me a really cutting edge, and I don't want to do that to him, especially since he's supposed to win this fight. So, because I have 2 attacks. First attack. $32.
32's gonna hit.
His AC's not that high.
But hopefully you have enough HP. Hopefully. $24 damage. And my second attack.
Just missed it.
Yep. I fudged my second attack.
He rolled a 2.
Technically, I rolled an 18, but that's just. It's like, I could have sliced your head off with this. Nope.
Which it looks as if Cameron has barely dodged the attack. A great display of skill.
He dodged without moving.
Minimal movement to dodge.
Wow.
Sorry.
Like
Looks like someone was trained by Master Piccolo.
Dodge!
Dawn, why didn't you dodge?
Only Gohan could catch as well as he can dodge.
I am gonna. Again, just boom. And attack you from behind.
You like doing that, don't you?
You lost 24 points of damage.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad to see y'all actually ordered before we closed.
I know, I'm sorry.
I need to call Ripley's Believe It or Not. I don't think anybody's going to believe me.
I think because we actually got here sooner this time.
What?
Yeah, we got here
Yeah.
way
Daniel.
Surprisingly,
What's your flat-footed?
Daniel got here at 6.
23.
30.
That is shocking.
Very.
We started at like 6:40 because
But it's not. Don't worry, it's not critical.
I didn't have anything planned for this week because I worked so many hours. I didn't have time.
You can't really say that it's because everybody got here early. Cam's
6.
been here.
Me and well,
Me and Christian also got here pretty early.
That's true, but
I got here before 7. That never happens.
That's a big thing. He was here before.
I was supposed to work till 8:30 today.
whenever you're late, we all take a poll list to see how long it takes you to text us, hey, with the girlfriend, I'm coming.
yeah.
That's actually real.
17 points of damage.
Can I get one of those?
Orange, green, vanilla, or lemon.
There's only one open, right?
Yeah.
And
The one that's open.
before I reappear,
Thank you.
I say, and I reappear and I just kind of shove Daniel a little bit.
He rapes you and then shoves you. Holy crap.
I completely ragdoll myself on my back.
The pitcher is knocked him down. What shall he do next?
You hear shouts of
Execute him!
finish him,
Fight!
and then
Hey, you're not in
you
the
see
game.
some of them throwing their thumbs up, others down. Some are still like this, waiting to see what to do.
And then a random head just pops up with.
Okay, so just point in fact, because I know that what's reported to be the way it actually was, and then the modern definition. Okay, so is thumbs up as a sign of execution? Or is it thumbs up? You live.
They do this. Live. They do this. Execute. If their thumbs are like this, that means they're still undecided. This is execute.
So if they're doing this,
They want you to kill him. They're doing this, they want him to live.
How many are, like, is it 50-50 split?
Pretty split right now. Because it made it a good show. And the people who would see you execute are the ones that have simply been paroled. Those who wish you to live understand your importance as a silver centurion, and are mostly your soldiers.
Jeez, those things are pretty good.
One's a plus.
I'll
I
so
got a
I'll,
headache.
I'll
Can't
go.
eat anything greasy. I got a headache. It'll make it worse. Took 1,000 milligrams.
So
Like 30, 40 minutes ago.
Danny,
Still out.
how are you facing?
Right now,
are,
up because
are
it's
you
back.
like you're on your back, or you're face down?
I'm on my back, knees, legs kind of like that. One hand on my chest,
The other.
coughing up blood.
Okay.
Daniel's good on his back. That's what he's used to.
I'm stand at your head.
And on my knees.
I'm gonna stand at your head and shove my rapier into the sun. Makes it like
You're gonna cut it on your cheek kind of shit.
I was trying to rape your ear. Damn.
Now, you're the patriarch, so you actually get final say. What do you proclaim to the crowd?
I say,
Life.
he lives.
You're going to mix your yes and boos. Some disagree with your decision.
He is a capable and worthy adversary and a capable soldier and leader.
And soon to be concubine. This kid's really good with that rapier.
He's going to get you with your next.
He wishes.
Do I? Oh. And then I take my rapier and I'll walk off. What do you do?
You go with him? Huh? You go with him?
No, I was telling him, go ahead and take some press.
Oh, I was already taking it. It was just not coming out.
Yeah, okay.
I slowly get up
Oh, well, I'll go out.
and I pretend like I'm more hurt than I
Yeah, just
actually
like
am.
help you.
Because I can walk on my own, but I'm going to pretend like I need help. And I walk off the opposite direction.
Okay. As you get closer to the exit of the door, one of the spectators throws a rock at your head.
I feel like
You snatch it out the air. What do you say to him? To this rowdy spectator? He's yelling in your face that you should die. Be executed for
how
such
about come here and make him.
sorry performance. Ask him what Daniel says.
Wait, so how did you pick him up?
I
No,
help
but
him
he
up,
was commentating. What do you say,
and
Daniel?
then
I understand your anger and your disdain for me. But soon, I shall regain my strength and my honor. And this matter will be put behind all of us.
He starts shouting, rematch! Rematch! and the chants overtake the stadium. It's calling for a rematch almost immediately. You said you would regain your honor. That implies you would beat him if that rematch occurred.
That's not what that means.
It is to them.
I take a dagger and I just kind of do the whole Loki thing where it just goes right into his forehead.
The crowd silences. Anthony Police has spoken. You can be. The crowd slowly and silently exits the stadium. You don't know what has happened. You just know that there was call for mix and then dead silence.
No, if I do that, they'll shut up.
You leave the stadium, I guess. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, knowing that you do inform them that you found Nero, right? Okay. Having found Alderaan Nero, do you inform the Eastern Star that you found his whereabouts?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, so you send a letter. I presume as the Duke.
Yes.
Okay. So you send a letter out. This one is not intercepted. It makes it successfully to the Crown Prince, the future leader of the Eastern Star Order, who informs the other members of the Eastern Star, and they return a letter to you, calling for the assistance of your group, as they are going to assault Nero's compound and kill him for his crimes against the Order and against Ulcris. How do you respond?
Roll on, roll on. Yes, I will respond. All right. Oh.
Okay. They ask you how you plan to get them into Divaxis, seeing as how there's a new ruler.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. You meet them outside. You meet them outside the furthest, most western garrison, which is on the border of the country. You meet them outside the country's borders, not very far, and they emerge from the forest in 2 carts, and they see the 4 of you. They don't recognize him, but they see the 3 of you. They go, "Hail!"
Don't worry, he's with us.
Ah, what name did you give them? Duke Pike. What name did you give them back in the day, Cameron?
Belisarius.
Duke Belisarius, Duke Oren Pike. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Rourke and Majora come and greet you guys. And say,
I'll be holding up.
Knight Errant. See you as well. Who is your new face? Where's the other one? Your other Knight Errant.
Died.
Perished. Seems like he wasn't strong enough to be a Knight Errant, I suppose. He perished.
He died in battle.
It was
a worthy battle. It was a worthy death.
At least he died honorably. So then proceed to ask, so how do you plan to get us in? We're not exactly welcome as members of Ulcris royalty, you know.
I'm pretty sure you don't want any more. You want.
And how do you respond, Cameron?
I can make myself look like the new ruler.
You can make yourself look like the new ruler?
Yes.
Or you are.
Yes, I am new.
So what do you intend to do with this forsaken hellhole?
I haven't quite decided yet.
At least we know we can have safe passage, I suppose. I assume they see you disguise yourself. And you all walk the fuck into Devax. Because you own it. You rule it. It's yours. And after about a week of travel, you take them to Stalag 14. And you lead them down through the tunnel to the door that you escaped out of. And they go, I guess they have managed to uncover one of the other old crypts, it seems.
Yes.
Yeah, like you've been in there before.
Well, I came out.
They look at the two of you. What the fuck is he talking about?
You got captured.
Weak. Better be glad you got free. No
I
telling,
freed myself.
no telling what Aldrin would do to a duke of Alchemist. Let alone the patriarch of the country. And yes, we've heard your name. War travels fast. Faster when you try to alert the Pontifex Maximus to our activities. Your letter was intercepted. Tyrek City shot ready. Why would you do such a thing to us? Aren't we, allies? Brothers in arms?
Work me.
See, I don't believe that, not one bit. And he pulls out the letter that they intercepted and the letter you sent for them to inform them about Nero. You go, see the handwriting? That shit's fucking identical.
It's different.
You never said that back in the... Did he say that? Fuck, I don't remember that. Okay.
Wait, what?
Then do you know who fucking sent that letter?
No.
Rourke. Goes, my daggers disagree. They think you're lying.
Rick,
What can I say against the dagger?
you stand down.
Well, you shut your mouth, dude. Don't forget who gave you your weapon and title. We don't know why you sent that letter, but we have reason to believe you did. Especially good old Dagger here.
Excuse me, Rick. We kind of need him to get in there. Because
Stop
he knows.
talking. We're excited up to hear the shit. But in the interest of our alliance, we'll talk about it later. You know how to open the door?
I'm just look over it. I guess the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go off what I remember.
Okay. Okay, you manage to open the door. There is a small contingent of guards down there, which the demon hunting family swiftly fucking executes. They do not even give you guys a chance to draw your weapons. They are on it. They seem far more determined than you thought possible to get rid of one man. As you guys go deeper and you're going through room to room, you find where he was keeping more and more slaves. Some of them were taken directly from Stalag 14, the same concentration camp you freed. You also find the remains of what you presume to be his parents.
Wait, my now parents, my new character, or my old character?
Your character. It's the remains. They're dead. They've been dead. They've been rotting in a corner for some time, you think. They have even bite marks out of their flesh, like cannibalism was resorted to survive.
They cannibalism. Cannibalism.
As you go through and through and you discover all the different horrors that are present within the facility, you make it to the room you were in initially, which they simply dubbed the torture room. There were 20 stone tables in there, each one covered with a lot of blood. None of it Cameron's, aside from the one he was strapped to, and even though it was only a little bit. But Nero's no longer there. He's escaped. Guess he knew you guys were coming. They look around some more and they find one room, which is where a runic circle is drawn on the floor, as well as some lanterns and torches, and it looked like a bunch of materials were around in the room, almost like a summoning spell or ritual was going to be done. The Nero family has also decided to come. Though in exile, this is one of their own that they wish to take care of it.
I try to detect evil.
The whole room is filled with malice and evil. It permeates every level of this facility. You're in a giant hotspot of evil. You're just...
It's like taking a Geiger counter to the middle of reactor number 4 at Chernobyl. Like, yes,
It's
there is
radioactive.
radioactive.
Does anybody want to give me
Perception.
either knowledge nature for the materials, knowledge arcana for the runic circle, or knowledge religion for some of the other symbols on the walls and in some of the books?
I'm just gonna bear roll it because I don't have any.
So you said nature, religion,
or arcana. Were the 3 you could roll?
I got nature and religion.
I got a 19.
Fourth one.
Plus your intelligence.
Plus 2. So 21.
19. That was a 19, right? Hate it. Which one I want to do though first? 29 for nature.
29 for nature. Okay. You identify the materials, and after going over the materials and informing the rest of the Eastern Star families about them, the Nero family in particular comes to the conclusion that this was a summoning circle for a goddess of plague. They cannot identify which goddess at this time. They do inform all of you, however, that if this is what Aldrin was involved in, the reason he had his facility was to summon up enough malice and enough anger and enough negative energy to complete the summoning ritual. Now they have the facility.
Could they tell which god it was with religion?
No.
Okay.
It seems to be a rather obscure one. So even though some of them are very religiously natured, not even they can quite tell which one it is. You do manage to free a couple slaves from the facility, though pitifully few. 1 or 2 that they left behind to die because they were deemed too weak to take along with them. What do you guys want to do?
More thing I say, come with us. I'll take you to a safe place.
They can
I'll use lay on hands.
Okay, you get them up enough where they can move, and they opt to follow you.
Help them out.
Josh, where you going?
I follow along.
Okay, the royal families, or the Eastern Star Order, are asking the remaining slaves some questions to see if they know where Aldrin went with the other slaves that they had claimed were there. And they tell you guys that they do not know. They do not know how they got out of the facility, as they did not pass through this hall out of Stalag 14. So there's clearly another entrance and exit somewhere. You do not know where it's at. You can all give me perception checks to see if you, and as you're doing the secret facility, to see if you find it.
I don't actually remember what it was.
No, they don't know.
17.
30.
37.
The 2 of you fucking find it.
16.
Quick 20.
The 2 of you find it. You walk into the torture room, actually, of all places, and the center table in the center of the room actually can be slid off to the side, revealing a staircase that leads directly out. It goes down and then out. It's like to the north, outside of Divax's borders. Remember, Stalag 14 is already on the border, but it's hidden in the edge of the marsh. So for this to lead farther outside of Divax's borders, you don't know where it would lead to. You don't know if you're going to pop up in the middle of the fucking swamp somewhere, or if you're going to go to the other country that's to the north, Wanderer's Rest.
Huh?
You don't know if you'll end up going into the country that's to the north, known as Wanderer's Rest, which is a pacifist theocracy. And on that note,
We're done for that.
we're going to end the session right there, having found out that there is a secret tunnel that leads out of the torture facility underneath Stalag 14.